Hey, what's going on? It's your boy JMJ. This is the Marketing Made Easy video series, and what we're looking to do is just take things back to basics, simplify your thinking, and give you an unfair advantage when it comes to your marketing. Now, this video, what we're going to do is just take a look at what to do when you have a product or service that has gotten a little stale. Whether it's been a short period or a long period. Maybe it was great for a while and now people have just stopped buying, or it's become really slow. Okay, so look, during this kind of pandemic and COVID kind of thing, certain sectors have slowed down. Could it just be something that is market related? Maybe it's something that just you're doing that doesn't work anymore. Maybe you had some great success doing something and you've just dried up those avenues. The first thing to do is to ask yourself if the product or service is still good. Okay, and that's just being honest with yourself. Does it still have its place right now? Does it still deliver an outcome? Does it still work? Can it still help people? Okay, and if the answer is yes, then let's get into what we can do. Okay, so we do have a couple of options with what we can do, and we could switch things up in the way we deliver it. So for example, maybe it's a case of you used to do things in person, so it could be certain training or something like that in person. You can move it online. Okay, you could offer it online. Maybe it's a case of people would buy certain sessions from you over time. Maybe we could bundle that up. Maybe we could put it into the likes of a membership or something like that. Maybe we could add things to it as well. So maybe I'm talking about a bit like coaching with the last example. Maybe it's the same thing here. Maybe that you could do something like a 1 hour session, but then you're going to do a follow-up as well. Or maybe it's a case of you're going to offer some advice in a different way, so it isn't one-to-one, maybe it's one-to-many. Okay, so we could change things around, we could add things, we can move things. But what we could also do is just make things really simple, and we could just repackage our product or service. Okay, so what is repackaging? Repackaging is basically where we focus on the outcome, we make it transformational and relatable. Okay, so think of a company that has rebranded over the years. I think if you even take like a big company, something like Lego, for example, their logo has changed a number of times over the years, but their block has never changed. The block is still the same block. They have all different kind of different licensing, Harry Potter and Star Wars and all that kind of stuff, but the actual Lego block is still the same block, right? And think of a product that has rebranded as well. Galaxy have just done this with their chocolate. So where it used to be a brown wrapper, it's now a white wrapper. Okay, so you can change things around like this all the time, and this is the same process that we want to do with repackaging, but we're just doing it on a smaller scale. Okay, so we're just making it really simple for ourselves, no cost or anything like that. So how do we repackage a product? We can change the title. Okay, so if you have something, for example, that is an hour consultation, let's change it. Let's switch it into something like a power hour. Okay, something which is just like, it's going to make it a lot more appealing than just something in general. Okay, and what we want to do, a good thing with titles as well that we can do to make it really appealing is to give the outcome. Okay, so we could put the outcome within the title. This is really good as well for if you have some sort of program where it's just a fitness, for example, and you're trying to get someone to an end goal. Instead of just saying weight loss, we're trying to say, look, drop a dress size in 90 days or whatever it is, whatever the fitness guys do. But you get the whole point there of we're looking at that outcome. We can also detail the steps as well. So we can explain to people, look, how we're going to get them from point A to point B and what we're going to do in between. So we don't have to tell them everything what we're going to do for them. We don't need to give away our secrets. But what we can do is just let them know the milestones. We can let them know, look, we're going to get to this step, and then we're going to get to this step, and then that step, and then, this is the outcome that we're going to get to. And we want to describe that outcome to them, okay? So look, this is how we're going to get you to this stage. So with the likes of, a power hour, for example, if you were teaching, it could be sales training. And what we're looking to do here is after that power hour, we want you more confident in the way how you sell and the way how you make more sales and close and stuff like that. We want to tell them what's going to happen after this power hour. Okay, so we want to describe this down. And we also want to tell them the feeling. Okay, so we want to describe the feeling. How would you feel, after this hour, if you were more confident in talking to people and you could quite confidently close those sales? Okay, it's going to be a big difference than if we just said consultation for an hour about sales training. It's what we're looking to do here is just repackage what we're looking to offer to the market and just make it really easy for them to say yes. Okay, so the exact same product, but just in a different way in which we present it. And I'm going to give you an example. I remember coming across this years ago with some training I was watching, and it's just stuck with me because this is perfect. I love this example. This was a book that came out, I think it was the late 80s or something like that, and it's called Astrological Love. And it sold, there's so many thousand copies of, I don't know how many, I think it was like 5,000 copies or something like that. And then it went out of print. So it was basically classed as a flop. Years later, I think it was late 90s or something like that, it came back out. Okay, so it was the exact same book, but it had a different title and a different cover. Okay, and this cover was this with how to satisfy a woman every time and have her beg for more. This book went on to sell over 2.5 million copies. It's the exact same book. All it's done is just targeted at the right audience. And that's all we're doing with our repackaging, is we're just bringing something really fresh, but it's just the exact same thing that we've been delivering all the time. Okay, we're just, in one essence, rebranding, but just not going into all that kind of depth of, what's really behind it. We just want to change our title description, make it really easy for people to say yes and to buy. So what should you do? If you do have a product that's become stale, or a service or something like that, just go back, detail what it is that you actually do. What is the outcome for that person? What are you going to do for them? Detail it out, repackage it in a way that looks more appealing to someone, and then those people will come back in. So look, I hope that's been valuable to you, or value to you. Just before we close off this video, I want to tell you about Quick Win Products. This is a new training that I've put together. It comes out on the 1st of March. It's all about creating a low ticket item, something that you can sell and generate your own qualified leads. So not any kind of just general leads or warm leads or hot leads. We're talking about moving people from cold to sold. So you get paid for your own lead generation. How cool is that? And there's a discount code on here as well for you to grab it. It's an unbelievable price anyway, and you even get £1,000 worth of bonuses. Check it out. Follow me on social media at the1JMJ. Successful business marketing as well as at SBM with J&J. Lots of tips and advice and tricks and tactics and all that kind of stuff as well. So look, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I will catch you in the next video.